I'm leaving Las Aves, which is an island group off the coast of Venezuela, and it's been absolutely amazing here. Let me show you a bit. This place is insane. Wow. I'm gonna do an overnight to Bonaire. Anchors up. The charts here are not very correct, so I'm gonna first navigate out of here the same way as I came in. Going from here, Las Aves de Barlovento, to here, Bonaire. It's sunset, it's very light wind, so it's going to be a slow ride. It doesn't matter, Bonaire is quite expensive, so a mooring buoy is $35 per night. So I figured if I arrive there in the morning instead of doing a day trip and arrive there in the afternoon like this, I just get a day extra. The button to pull the chain up with the windlass is giving me some issues, and I still don't know if it is the button or the windlass itself. The windlass is brand new, it shouldn't be the windlass. In Bonaire it's a mooring buoy, and then in Curacao I need to check this out, because this is going to be a problem in the future. Because the last trips I'm running low on fresh vegetables, so make some ravioli and tomato with corn and haricot verts and mushrooms and some spices over it. It's nothing special, but I think it looks pretty good. I can't stop looking at this sunset. It is so beautiful. Good morning. Had a pretty good night's sleep over there. It was just very light wind, so it was going pretty slow, and the wind was coming from behind, but then it shifted from the beam on the side of the boat. So just put up the main, get some more speed. Okay, that's better. Like this, we should be arriving at noon. The beginning of Bonaire. Now I'm sailing to the other side of the island, the west side of the island, and I'm trying to go here on the right side of Klein Bonaire. That is also where the customs and immigration is. Flying! It used to be $10 per night for a mooring buoy in Bonaire up until 2 years ago, and they bumped it up to $35 a night, and apparently it used to be really full and not anymore, so I'm curious to see how many boats there still are. It's 26, 27 knots. I should reef. Furling the jib. when we get to this point over here, I'm gonna furl in the jib and then go in on the main and engine. I bought these bathtub hooks, these big hooks. They seem to work pretty well. Got the sail cover back on. Almost there. Okay, let's pick a mooring. See one available over there. See one available over there. I first thought I'd put it over there, but it's so close to the other catamarans. And there in front of the restaurant. That looks nice and tropical. Shit, my gears loose again. I was going away from these boats here and then fix it. This happened for the second time. That's fine. And just drift here. Let's quickly fix it. No, so it doesn't work. Come on. Alright, let's do it again. It seemed like I had tightened it too far forwards, so then I should have tightened it a bit back, because now it was stuck altogether. Alright, new try. Come on, go reverse. You can do it. There we go. Okay, it's working again. I gotta figure out why this happened for the second time. I can do it with one engine, it's just if I don't pick it up and I float towards another boat, a catamaran is just a lot harder to maneuver with one engine, because there's always one to turn in a specific direction. I think this is okay. That's interesting. They have like a two mooring system. Like there's one ball for the starboard and one for port. I've never seen that before. Okay, I like that. We're in Aruba. Bonaire. Sorry, Bonaire. Keep getting confused. First Bonaire, then Curacao, then Aruba. Okay, let me tidy up and then go check in. Just park the dinghy over here. Very nice blue water. Gonna go check in. Yeah, really beautiful blue water here. Everything seems to be really close by here. Check-in is at that yellow building over there in the middle. I just cleared in. Customs and immigration was really fast and that was free. And now I have to go to the marina, take the dinghy to the marina, and then pay for the mooring buoy and the park fees. Almost back to the dinghy, but what a beautiful restaurant. I paid $10 for dinghy docking fees for 1 week. And also I get a key. I gave $20, but I'm gonna get that back because in the evening they're closing the gate. And I have a key now. The marina where I'm going now should be somewhere over there. Just enter the marina. Somewhere here I have to pay for the mooring buoy. Ah, on the marina office over there. Yeah, 35 per night for the mooring buoy. And this is the first time actually, I've taken mooring buoys before, the first time that they actually asked for a insurance papers. I have liability insurance, only liability, which is $100 a year. So I do have that, so I have insurance, that was good. But then the other islands in the Caribbean, they never asked for it. Today going to rent a car to explore Bonaire, because there's something called a Slagbij National Park. You can only do it with a car, they don't allow scooters, otherwise I would have rented a scooter. I'm gonna take my electric bike to the car rental company, because it's like a mile away. And then I can show you, can drive through the main street here. The reviews about Bonaire before I came here were mixed. Maybe I could just better say more were less positive. And it's actually good, because I notice every time I go to a country with high expectations, it's like a bit disappointing. And when I go somewhere with low expectations, it's always like, great, so that's better anyway. Such clear water here. Crazy. The last weeks I've been traveling pretty crazy. Going here, going there, and I'm neglecting a bit of boat work for a reason, because you know, either the check-in was really expensive, or then now every day I have to pay on a mooring buoy. So all the boat work that's not necessary right now, I prefer to do somewhere where I don't have to pay an expensive daily fee. So next country, Curaçao, gonna stay there a bit longer, because there I have to do some repairs. Last time this thing was beeping, I couldn't figure out why. Turned out, I had my indicator on. So the boat is here, and the main street kind of starts already, like immediately here on the right. So the main street starts over there, but just before the main street is a Dutch cafeteria. It's called the Snack Bar. Oh, I cannot go in the main street this way. I have to go in the main street from the other direction. Okay, let's go to the other entrance of the main street. Okay, the official beginning of the main street. Cafe, Cuisine Cuba. There's many outside restaurants. Souvenir clothing shops. Most of all, pretty colorful buildings. We're getting to the end of Main Street. Let's go to the car rental company. Starlink does not work here. It's forbidden in Bonaire. So it stopped working as soon as I got close to Bonaire. But I still have my SIM card from Digicel from Martinique, and that one does work here. Here it's a minimum of 3-day car rental, so that's not very helpful. So I'm gonna try somewhere else. Let's try this one. Here it's $100 for a day. That sounds a bit excessive. Okay, let's go somewhere else. I'm driving a bit out of town because I read about somebody who rented a car 2 miles away for a day. Nice colorful houses here. Just past the airport. Sure can rent a car for a day here. There are no cars available at the airport. I don't think I've ever gotten to an airport that had no cars available. Okay, let's try one place more. Pick-up huren Bonaire. Let's try it here. The other company only had very new cars, $110 a day. I'm gonna try here at first. It's also more in an industrial area. Okay, they have a car available and it's $50 for the day. It was very easy. It's a stick-driven car. I haven't driven one of those for a long time. Let's go to the national park. It's a big mega store, hardware store here on the way. I think it makes sense to rent a nice car if you're on just a 1-week vacation with 4 people and you split the money by 4. Like if you're a long-term traveler, oh, let me just quickly get a bottle of water. If you're a long-term traveler, then you know, you just any type of transportation is good enough. Going to the Yaxing supermarket. I've seen many Chinese supermarkets till now. Up until now it's been a little bit like a desert. Just arrived at the entrance. Gonna buy a ticket here. The entry is 40 bucks and it's valid for a year. And you can do two routes, the green and the yellow. The yellow is a long one, so we're gonna do the yellow. First stop is a salt field. Next stop is Playa Chiquito. Looking at the cars from the tour guide makes me wonder if I chose the right one. When I just recorded that, the tour guide looked at me and he had to laugh really hard. Not entirely sure what that laugh meant, but we're gonna figure it out. Oh yeah, I think it's a pretty cool road. This is Cerro Grande. And there on top is all coral. So I guess the sea level must have been that high at some point. Next up is a Soplado blowhole. Next up is Boca Kokelish. And then the Cerro Bentana lighthouse up the stairs. This is the lighthouse, especially the other side is a pretty amazing view. The next stop is a lake for bird watching. I don't see many birds, but I do hear them. Next is a watchman house and a lighthouse next to it. It was never in use because after they built it, they noticed they built it too close to the shore and it would get damaged very soon by the waves. Just arrived at Brandaris, which is a hike to the highest point of Bonaire. Somewhere over there. Almost at the top, over there. Just got to the highest point of Bonaire. There's one more beach in this park that I'm gonna visit. Arriving at the Wayaka beach. Yeah, that is pretty. The last stop is Slagbij, which is the yellow building that we saw from the hike. And it used to be customs port of arrival, amongst others, for sailboats. The next stop is going to be the Kyrgyzstan distillery. Okay, just arrived at the Kyrgyzstan distillery. This is Cactus. Cactus drink. Cactus liquor. I never had cactus liquor. It's sweet, a little bit like licorice. Never heard that before? Okay, it's pretty good actually. I could only make photos, not film. But they make 5 different liquors, one for each island. And here they make one from the cacti, the cactus that you just saw. And I asked how it works because, you know, if you make alcohol, you have to basically ferment sugar into alcohol. And so the alcohol is actually made from grains up to a 90% alcohol mix, and then they add parts of the cacti for 1 year to get the flavor of the cactus. I bought a really tiny bottle of it. I just drove to the Seru Largo viewpoint. So that's Klein Bonaire, the other island over there. And then the boat must be somewhere there. And also the main town. Wow, I've never seen this before. This is all salt. I decided to drive a full circle around the island, and I finally found the flamingos. And it are many. Wow, how many people can you pack on a boat? That's insane. Bonaire is part of the Netherlands, and since I'm here I've actually been binging on Dutch fried foods, croquette, cassoulet. Like if you would go a couple years out of your country and then you go back to a place where you can all buy those things again that are typical to your country, what would you immediately buy? Bonaire is really famous for diving, and most of the diving is all just in front of the land. This whole light blue strip goes all the way along the coastline of Bonaire, and I'm gonna try out 2 dives today around that point over there. You're gonna check out Salt Pier and Salt City. I'm gonna start with the dive Salt City, and it's about half a mile next to the Salt Pier that you see here. Okay, let's go check it out. I understand now why Bonaire is such a diver's hotspot. The water is so incredibly clear. I don't remember ever I've seen the water anywhere that clear. That was really cool. Let's go check out Salt Pier over there. Apparently here around the Salt Pier, it's supposed to be really nice. Just tied the dinghy on the pier. I still got enough air left, that's good. Diving around this pier was a lot cooler as I originally thought it would be. This is also, according to many, the number 1 to go diving. It's just so beautiful how all the coral grows on the pier, and nothing here is color edited. This is just a normal GoPro. It almost looks like it's color edited because the water is so clear. It just, you see the colors of the reef so well. I know you guys have been saying it for a very long time, but it has been really nice to also be able to do these things now. Like diving, all those fun things that other people already were doing when I started out sailing. And now I have the gear and I can also do it. And I'm very grateful for that. And it's been very fun. Okay, I'll see you next week. And I wanted to do a special shout out and thanks to all of the patrons, the up tier patrons on one of the boats.